Welcome back, everyone. Episode 2.
Do we take this off because we're not sponsored by Gatorade?
If you want to. Just give us 1 second here.
You can keep going.
Episode 2, Mid to High Key podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 1. And
all 16 of you.
Sure. Or 1600. So how are you today, sir?
I'm doing alright, man. You know, just been doing this GHOE company stuff and trying to make sure everybody's happy. And you know, other than that, pretty swell. The weather is getting cooler. So
yeah, it's been like uncomfortably warm these past couple of days. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, and it's supposed to, I guess, get colder. And we're talking about doing the fucking Deca whatever New Year's Eve thing in Denver. And then I was like reneging on that because if we go to Denver for New Year's Eve, it's just going to be really cold.
It's going to be snow. It's going to be ice.
Yeah. And first of all, I don't know if we want to drive there. If we got to drive there, that's going to be a mess.
Yeah, if we drive, we're going to crash.
Yeah, we're probably going to die.
Yeah. I mean, but I would be okay if...
Yeah. You know, 2019 is probably the year I die.
Yeah.
Or that we're very successful. So
it's
going to be one or the other.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, so everything's good. I guess we'll start this off how we start every podcast off. Well, not every podcast because it's only the second episode, so how we started the last one off and how we're going to start this one off. A quick update on the company. So obviously IES 2019 is right around the corner. Obviously we're all very excited for that coming up very soon. But this week we've been very busy, huh?
Yeah, we've been in a lot of talks with a lot of venues and a lot of cities. You know, and I think we touched on this last time about how there's a lot of logistics that goes into an event, and that, you know, we were saying last time how we had like tunnel vision or whatever. I think we also didn't give ourselves enough credit because even though we were very excited, it's not like we went beeline and just did everything right away.
Right.
So as soon as we find like more information or we learned as we went, we adjusted accordingly. So there's like the city of Irving's talking to us right now. The city of Grapevine's talking to us right now. We got a little spot that we're visiting. Where's the place that we're visiting Thursday? Where is it? Not what is it, but where is it?
It's towards Frisco, Irving area.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up there. I don't think it's in one of those. It's in a smaller city though.
Okay, which is fine too. I think the idea of the whole thing too is that we want to be able to bring like local places to like come to the event, so that they're being supported as well. Because I think with this sort of thing where there's people from all over coming, the city should be, you know, put on a pedestal. The businesses should be put on pedestals.
Right.
So that's something that I want to be able to provide to, you know, people that come as well. But
yeah. So just a quick update. Obviously, we're in talks with a couple of different venues right now. We're going to visit one Thursday. We're definitely going to have one either solidified or we're going to be in heavy finalized talks with one by this Friday, which is the 2nd.
Yeah.
So either by the end of this week or beginning of next week on Monday, we'll have an announcement for you guys, and whether that be in a video or just a tweet or whatever. Just so be on the lookout for that. But yeah,
because what we're looking for is we're looking to get a venue. We're looking for someone to support our venue from the beginning.
Right.
So if we don't get that sort of support from a city or from a nonprofit or whatever that helps us out by Friday, we're just gonna say fuck it and we're just gonna buy a place.
And our thing is right now, we were talking to a consultant. He was telling us a capacity number that we should be looking at, and today we kind of really crunched the numbers and we're like, we're shooting for the stars, obviously, but we're expecting way more than the number he told us, just logistically speaking. Yeah. So we're still in looks for a higher capacity venue, because we don't want to get you guys in there and
we don't want to be like
cram. Yeah, we don't want to cram everybody in or have people waiting outside. So
shout out to 10 among you.
Sure. But yeah, so that's our quick update. So be on the lookout for an announcement coming soon, within the next week or so.
Awesome.
And anyway, on to some topics. So how's your week been so far?
What is today? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Shit. So I work a 9 to 5. So while I do the 9 to 5, I'm literally also doing the Ishoni stuff. So I wish I can give all my attention all the time to Ishoni. But obviously I can't to the extent that I want.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, though, I'm still like grinding out at work, which my coordinator is super cool with me doing that. She's supportive of my dreams and all that. So week's been good. Well, I don't know if we want to talk about the NFL later, but fucking the Broncos traded Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
To the Texans of the team that we're playing next week. So we're like, you know what? Since we're going to go ahead and shoot ourselves, let's shoot ourselves a couple of times just to get the right.
They're probably trying to cut down on budgets.
For next
so
year.
when they fly, is it in Houston?
No, they're coming to.
Oh, okay. So they were like, they didn't want to pay for Demaryius' flight there for practice or whatever. So they were just like, look, Houston, when you guys come up, just pick him up, take him back with you after the game.
I imagine that the Houston Texans, like, they're like, you know what? Just stay up there. We're gonna email you the playbook, the one that has the orange dot. Since you used to be a Denver Bronco, is you. And just watch the simulations.
No, it's wild that that they emailed a whole playbook. It was like a PDF file.
Yeah, like a big PDF.
No. They put it in a zipped folder, and he didn't have like a Mac or anything, so he couldn't quite figure out how to open the zip folder.
So he had to like ask his Bronco friends.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're like looking to see what the plays are. And Demaryius is like, oh shit, you can't look at that.
He's like, wait,
stop.
But yeah. So yeah, that's good. My week's been all right as well. The Panthers, 5-2 so far.
Don't you guys have like a good start every year?
No. If we're trash in the beginning of the year, we're gonna be trash at the end of the year.
So you're assuming that you're gonna be good all year.
Yeah, because we're hitting stride now, and we play the fucking Browns, the Buccaneers twice.
Who do you even have as an NFC like contender?
The Saints, the Rams.
Just the Rams. The Saints don't know how to win postseason.
Well, the Saints are doing all right this year so far. So they're in our division, so that's our contender.
Yeah. So
far, but yeah.
The Saints remind me of the Chargers.
Yeah.
They do so well regular season, but I'm in a division with the Chargers. I've seen what they are able to do, and I'm not impressed come postseason.
Well, we'll see. I mean, the Saints have their moments, so we'll see how they do. The Panthers still have to play them twice. So
missing open field tackles, giving Case Keenum the green light to come to Denver and ruin everything. Shout out to Swag Kelly.
Dropped. Yeah. But yeah, so and I work with children, as you know, during the week, and I guess they're all a little excited for Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, so they're all really out of control this week so far.
Even before the candy.
Yes, I guess they just know it's coming, so I just feel it.
Do you remember fucking back in the day when people used to put like needles in candy?
Yeah.
So like kids will like bleed out the mouth. Like who would? First of all, what inclines people? I understand people are demonic and they're full of evil intentions, but what inclines people to like put needles into candy and then give it to children and then go home and giggle to themselves?
Like, I got them.
Like, how shitty can you be?
I know. But yeah, I guess we could talk about Halloween for a little bit. I haven't gone trick-or-treating in several years.
You want to go?
Around here.
It's only shitty because we don't have fucking costumes.
We'll just go to Spirit real quick.
Drive up the road.
Yeah.
Hit it with a stone. But fucking, we're like, we always, every year, always talk about getting costumes, and I never follow through because I just don't think about it, and then Halloween just hits you.
Yeah, it's just like one of those things. And it's like on a Wednesday, too. That's like a lame day.
Isn't it like a lame day every year? I think.
Yeah, it's like, except when it's like not.
Yeah, I think people like celebrate it actually the weekend before.
Yeah, we had a lot of people like not coming to like our sessions on the weekend because I guess there was a lot of like trunk or treating or whatever.
They were getting turned.
I guess so. I don't know.
Speaking of getting turned, back at home, GHOE is happening.
Yeah.
And I'm already seeing videos. And you know, one year where we're still kind of young, let's just go back. I don't know when and why or where or who, but
I did all the GHOE stuff last year. I was spent after the weekend. Like, it was just too much for me.
Yeah.
It was a lot. There's just so much going on. And I didn't even get to fully experience it because I'm not 21. Mm-hmm. But they have like a day party. They have like all white party, all black party. That's outfit attire, obviously. And we went to fucking some like, that was right when Wild Thoughts was out.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was all like, they had like a Caribbean themed party. It was like Wild Thoughts or whatever, the Wild Thoughts party. We went out there. They were just...
You know what the songs will be this year? Fucking Mo Bamba.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be fucking going crazy.
And yeah. And then we went to a lake house party. Mm-hmm. And first of all, I don't know why they call it a lake house party, because it's not a house. There's no houses inside. It's not even in Greensboro. It's like out in the middle of like nowhere. It's just this big ass barn, and there's like a lake somewhere.
That's dope though.
Around. Yeah, it was cool. It was just really, really hot in there. So we were like outside the whole night basically. Yeah. But I mean, it was fun. I would do it again when I'm 21, I guess. It's a lot to take in. It's
really good for you because you obviously didn't have like a traditional college experience. Mm-hmm. So for you to have like older friends to like go out and do things,
yeah,
is always a good thing. College for me was, I guess, traditional enough, but anyway, I don't even want to talk about college. I can make whole videos on college.
Yeah,
talk about that.
But one thing about GHOE last year compared to this year was, last year was really early, so it wasn't as hyped up. Mm-hmm. This year it's a little later, so it's more, I think, hyped up and people, yeah. So, and also the concert, the Migos, they showed up like an hour and a half late.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
Who was it this year? Do you know?
I don't know. Probably like Lil Baby. I feel like he does all of them.
Fucking Gunna.
Yeah. But yeah, so Halloween's coming up. Do you have any wild Halloween stories?
Halloween?
From like your childhood that like scarred you for
The only
life?
thing that I remember from Halloween when I was a kid is that my mom used to take me and my infant sister to white neighborhoods. So we would hop
candy.
Yeah, we would hop in the car and we would go to every fucking city that's rich has a Tanglewood. Yeah. And they have an Arbor Run. So we went to Arbor Run, that was in our city, and we went to white people neighborhoods and we would like go and walk with the kids like we were one of them. Yeah. And they all had their cool costumes and I was just wearing my football outfit from fucking Pop Warner or whatever. And there's people like, there's this one guy, he had like he would make s'mores, you know, in his lawn. So people would line up and do that, which was a fun time. But no, I don't really have anything that was crazy for Halloween other than dressing up like I would when I played on Saturdays with the pads and everything.
You know, one time I was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah?
Yeah, with the...
You used to have the mask?
I don't know where it is anymore, but that was a good time. But the mask was like, it wasn't like a real mask. It was like Velcro in the back, so... It wasn't...
So if someone just like, you can just rip it off.
Yeah, and my identity wouldn't be hidden anymore. One time I was gonna be a pilot because my brother was a pilot, and I looked up to him, obviously, back in the day, and my outfit came in, it was too short. Yeah.
That's the only thing about ordering anything.
Yeah.
You get something that comes in, you're just like, man, I hope this is exactly the way I would like it to be. Which with me, I can't even do that buying stuff in person. So there's no way I'm gonna buy something. Like I just ordered a Summer Rae tee, and it's just a little too long. Yeah. And I'm the type of guy that's like, that kind of bothers me. Yeah. So I'm not gonna wear it like that often.
No, I have shirt like this shirt, like it just fits like weird, so I don't wear it that much. Like I'm just like,
you just throw it on.
Yeah, whenever.
You're doing a podcast.
Yeah. But
did you go to HPU, High Point University?
I went there every summer for like 5 years.
Yeah. Hanging out with the other white kids.
Just for a soccer camp. But it was free, so.
Yes.
My mom wouldn't pay for that.
Ugh.
But yeah, I used to for Halloween. I used to go. You remember Abington in Kernersville? What? That's where everyone lived.
Abington?
Mm-hmm. That's where fucking Randall.
Greenlee?
Mm-hmm. He lived there.
I've been to Randall's house one time.
Yeah, he lived there though.
They had the huge hill.
Yeah. So that's like a white neighborhood where everyone lives. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to go there with my friends. And then one time, my neighbors in my neighborhood, they left like a bowl out because they weren't home, I guess.
Like a weed bowl?
No, like a bowl with candy. And then they left a sign that said, take 2 pieces only. And then these big kids came.
And they took everything.
They took all the
And the funny thing is, people would come back to their bowl and be like, it's all gone. Not knowing that one kid probably took all the candy.
And then I remember because they came to our house next, and my mom was just looking at them like, they were just wearing basketball jerseys and like some jeans, and they had like pillowcases. And then like we just gave them 1 piece, and my mom was like, go see if they took it all. And they did.
My favorite thing would be to fucking sort the candy.
Yes, at the
all
end.
of it,
yes. And we would trade.
Yeah. You would like just look at your collection like, this is a good haul. It will last you until fucking like next year.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy because I don't think I ever finished like
your candy.
Yeah.
There'd be the ones you like don't really want to have.
It'd just be at the bottom.
Like Tootsie Rolls.
I like Tootsie Rolls.
See, I can't. I just have an accumulation of Tootsie Rolls.
I remember they used to do too much. They would have like the different color ones.
Mm-hmm. I like those.
Yeah, but it's like I only see those at Halloween. I never see them the rest of the year. Same thing with candy corn. And I don't even really like candy corn, but it's like you just only see it once a year.
I think it grows on Halloween. And then it jumps into baskets.
And Peeps. For Easter.
Yes.
With a little marshmallows.
So out to Easter and Jesus.
Yeah. I went to school this morning, and you know the Christian flag? It's like a white flag with the red cross. Or the blue thing square and the red cross.
Yeah. Is that official?
Yeah. It's like I just call it the Christian flag. I don't know what it is, but I was at the school. It's like a country flag. And I had 2 kids in that class, and the teacher was just there holding the flag up, and the rest of them were just had their hands over their chest like it was the Pledge of Allegiance, and they were saying some Christian sayings or something. I was like, I'm just gonna take
thou art be Christian,
some shit like that. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just gonna leave.
We will do wait, is that not the Crusades? Is that? Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now we just do it passively.
Yeah, I don't know what they're teaching these kids these days, but anyway. So yeah, Halloween right around the corner. Be safe. Back in elementary school, we used to have a show called Brunson Live.
Okay.
And we would go there and film it after school, or not after school, but it'd be like with like 30 minutes left in school, and then we'd broadcast it in the last like 10 minutes, and it'd be live, like broadcasted. Mm-hmm. And it was me and this girl were like the co-host for this particular. Every class like got a chance to go. It was me and this girl this time, and we like had like a prompt or whatever, and I was reading it, and it said it said walk, don't run. Yeah. But I said don't walk, run. Oh. Yeah, on accident. And the co-host, she lost it. She was just. How could you have done this? She was just laughing like for like 10 minutes straight, and we only have 10 minutes, so.
So you're just like.
And then the like IT guy was like. I'm like. I have the video somewhere. When I go home, I'm gonna bring it back and we're gonna watch it. Okay. That's gonna be we're gonna watch it right here on the podcast. But yeah, so that's all I have to say about Halloween. Walk, don't run. Don't take candy from
babies,
strangers, even though everyone you're getting candy from is a stranger.
You guys get candy from strangers anyway. Just
don't take apples. I just have
That's like the first mistake of women. So don't do it now.
Yeah, don't. Come on, man. Well, first of all, why are you giving out apples? I was thinking last night. You know how our porch light doesn't turn, our front light doesn't turn on
anymore?
Yeah, I was thinking that it didn't turn off for some reason. So I was like, fuck, we have to go get candy, because what if someone comes? Because, that's like the universal sign for... Yeah. But...
Are we participating in?
I mean, maybe...
Do kids walk or...
You could pick up like a little
We'll just
little bag.
maybe, I don't know.
We'll see. We have to go to the store after this anyways.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. So a pressing topic in our field.
What's our field?
Esports.
Ah, yes.
Technically, I guess. The Black Ops 4 game is out. Obviously, it's been out for three weeks now.
I guess this would be like kind of the how it's aged in its first kind of run it's had, because obviously people love to have their opinions in the beta, and then they like to have their opinions the day of, then the week of, and then 2 weeks, and then a month, and then someone will do a 6 month. But I don't know. I think in terms of overall gameplay, I was watching the Angry Joe show today, the Angry Review or whatever, and he was talking about how he's enjoyed the game a lot more since Modern Warfare 2, and I kind of feel the same way. And it's literally because it doesn't take as long to kill anymore. It takes longer to kill, and that there's more when that happens. Twitch killing is not as prevalent. You can't just snap on to someone. That's something I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
I snapped on and I melted him.
And
get melted.
The crazy thing that I'm glad they took out. Well, I guess they took it out a few years ago, but panic knifing. You remember how annoying that used to be? You'd just be turning a corner and they'd be like...
The commando perk in Modern Warfare 2 was wild. Like, you would literally be, like, 3 yards away from someone, and you just go...
Now, don't get me wrong, though. If you put on the combat knife in this game, it's crazy.
It's bad.
Because your guy's just zooming around and you can't kill him. He just...
That's only use me blade for you veterans out there. Shout out to him. But no, he was saying that, and I think when the time is slower to kill, a more tactical approach happens, and you can kind of like think more about what you need to do. And I find myself thinking a lot, and I think I fell out of love with Call of Duty when Ghosts happened. Yeah. And I don't know what the game was before Ghosts. Was it
Black Ops 2?
See, I love Black Ops 2. But Ghosts happened, and I remember being in a college dorm and playing that and literally yelling after every death.
Dude, that was the most infuriating game of my life.
Yeah.
Like, Black Ops 2 was my, like, first... Well, Modern Warfare 3 was technically my first Call of Duty, and then Black Ops 2 was the one where I first, like, really, like, got into it. And I was really bad, and I just had, like, a drive to, like, want to be good. And then finally, towards the end, I got good, or, like, decent, I guess.
Black Ops 2.
Yeah, and then in Ghost... I hated it so much. Like, I wanted to play, but I couldn't play because I hated it. Like, my last time ever playing until like last two or 3 years ago when people went back was like, I was on this map that was like, had the water in the middle and you could like kind of swim, but not really.
This is on Ghosts?
Yeah, like I think it's called like Flooded or something like that. And I was playing Domination. I was on B, and someone spawned right behind me. After I killed them on B, he spawned literally right behind me. Shot me in the back. I went there. Same thing happened. I went back, and the same thing happened again. 3 times in a row. And then I ejected my disc, and I threw it into my closet. And
That's enough!
Because my desk was like here, and my closet door was like straight ahead. So I just took it out, threw it over my monitor, and that was that. And I found it when I moved out. And now I have like 3 Ghost discs because like I've rebought it like twice to play Search and Destroy like competitive towards the end of the seasons. But yeah, so
yeah, and I can akin to that too. And I don't know why. Who made was that Infinity Ward?
Yeah, that was their decline.
Yeah, and
they haven't come back up.
They haven't. And then when they literally got away from the Modern Warfare name, that went down. Like, not a lot of people liked Modern Warfare 3, but I thought it was decent. I thought that it was a decent continuation of the Modern Warfare franchise. Obviously, 2 was my favorite, and for a lot of people, 1 was their favorite. But if you ask like any old COD head, they'll probably say one of the Modern Warfares were their favorite, or Black Ops 1. Yeah. Honestly, my first Call of Duty was World at War, fucking on the Wii. I was in my living room like the aiming system was actually was
Good?
actually good.
Yeah.
Because the way you moved it was like you're in the game.
Yeah.
So you're there and like the thing moved with you. So you're there and that's when I got used to it at first. So it kind of took me a little while to get used to the regular controller play. But you know, anyway, about Black Ops 4, I mean, the game itself, it's changed a lot. I didn't even know they had a kind of a story mode. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I didn't even know
apparently,
they had that.
Yeah. It's like kind of hidden, I guess.
They're called it Specialist HQ.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that it was a thing at all. And honestly, a lot of people were annoyed that there wasn't a competitive, not a story mode. And it's funny because I have a lady at work who has a husband. I don't know why I pointed at you. But
I'm her husband.
has a husband named Don. And he goes he's like an older guy that's not on the internet, that's not complaining about the game.
Yeah.
And he buys the game every year, and he's like, "Man, I just wanted to play story mode."
Fuck.
And so you think, because all we hear is people harping about, MLG and competitive and online play and Royal Rumble mode and all this shit. And I know what I said there. And
That's basically what it is.
yeah, well, basically what it is. But there are those people who actually played the story mode first and actually enjoyed that. And I was one of those people back in the day. I used to play the story mode, and then I would beat it, and then I would go into multiplayer. It was like a rite of passage for me. And then I wouldn't play zombies unless I was invited. Because I just can't play games where there's like no end.
Dude,
I just
back
don't
in
enjoy
Black
it.
Ops 2, like, when I would play with, like, my little squad, we would literally be on there for, like 7-8 hours at a time. Like, trying to do the Easter egg.
Yeah.
And I wasn't good at zombies. I don't know why I'm good at multiplayer, but not zombies. It doesn't add up, but...
It's a different thing.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. My friends are. And so they were doing all the, like, challenges for the Easter egg or whatever. And my job would literally just be to keep a zombie alive.
Yeah.
So the zombie, I would just be running around the map, and the zombie would just be chasing me. Like, we would just keep one zombie.
But that's a crucial role, though.
Yeah.
Because while you do that, they're doing all the other logistics.
Yeah, and I would literally just do that for, like, hours at a time. And then, like, the round would end, and then we'd have to, like, kill them again, and then I would
Would they let you at least kill the zombie at the end?
Most of the time, it died on its own. And they'd be like, Don, what the fuck? I'd be like, look, I can't.
He just rotted away.
He just died. He got tired.
He's decaying.
But, yeah, so about Black Ops 4, though, I think they've done a really good job of... I was talking to one of my friends about this the other day. How, like, you literally... It's so hard to get bored of the game. Because, like, if you get bored of multiplayer, you go play Blackout. If you get bored of that, you go play Zombies or back to multiplayer or whatever. Like, you can always, like, switch it up. And they have, like, the little things, like the Easter egg. They have, like, a Easter egg within Blackout. They have Easter eggs in all the zombie maps. And there's, like, a lot of zombie maps. Yeah. They have, obviously, the little campaign mode thing. So there's, like, so many things that you can do. And so many things that you can grind towards. Obviously, a lot of people are grinding towards Dark Matter camo, which looks pretty crazy right now. Like, it changes colors and stuff on your, like... So, I'm trying to get that, but I'm not really, like, super dedicated. I just do it whenever I can.
Just chilling.
Yeah, but, yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I haven't seen too many complaints about it so far. I've seen a lot of people say, like, it's the best game since Black Ops 2. So, yeah.
I don't know. So, how do you think about... So, you've been playing a little bit of competitive.
Yeah.
How do you think that the 5v5 is translated so far?
Personally, I haven't played a ton, but I like 5v5 so far. I just feel like I don't know, I like it because it doesn't seem, there's not as much pressure on one person to, like, go off. Like, in 4v4, like, if one person's having a bad map, then, you might lose. But if one person has, like, an off map, then you can still win the map, like, realistically speaking, which depends how you look at it. That might be good or bad.
Reminds me of basketball.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. I mean, I like it so far. I think it plays well. I think the maps could be a little bit better or bigger, I think, because spawns are kind of a little hectic at times.
Of each other.
Yeah. And then the rule set that they just released is kind of crazy. Like,
what's going on with the rule set?
It's like, well, they didn't really ban anything.
They didn't ban specialists?
No, they banned Ajax.
And
that's the only one. And then Torque, the guy with the razor wire. They just banned him for search and destroy only, which is good because at first it wasn't at all. And then like for control, I think just control. Yeah, just control. You can use the tac deploy thing, like the tactical insertion or whatever, where you spawn like on it.
Seraph.
Yeah, with whoever has it. But yeah, you can use that in control. Control is like kind of a cool game mode, I guess. I just played it for the first time last night.
What I like about control is how the game kind of changes.
Yeah.
Like, so you're obviously doing something. It's a game mode that shifts in accordance to what's available in terms of personnel. So like obviously when it gets lower down in body count, it's more like a search and destroy feel.
Yeah.
And
the one issue with it though is the fact that it's kind of hard to win offenses.
Okay.
So, and right now there's no like tiebreaker system.
Yeah.
So if it goes, because it's first to 3. So if it goes 2-2, the person on defense for the last round is most likely going to win it. So it's like kind of like an unfair thing. So I think they need to incorporate some sort of tiebreaker, whether it's like maybe 1 point in the center that everyone has to go to or something like that, instead of like having one team on defense and one team on offense for the last round.
Or they can just change it to where you can only score when you're on offense. Like if you're on offense, if you hold on defense, no, if you attack on offense, that's like, I don't know, makes it smash.
Yeah, but I mean, they just need to figure out a way to fix that. However they do it. Other than that, I mean, search and destroy is pretty decent in this game. I think they could stand to get rid of some of the maps that they've left in.
Didn't they do a patch?
They did. I haven't played on it yet. They released a patch today to nerf some of the ARs and buff the SMGs. And I think stem shot too and stuff like that.
That might be the ICR might not be as icy.
I don't know.
That shit claps.
Yeah, and the Maddox is pretty good too.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people using that. So we'll see. I think it's pretty fun. Looking forward for the first event coming up in December at Vegas to see how the pros play it and everything. But yeah, other than that, I think it's good. Another thing that they haven't taken out yet, Fog of War.
What is that?
That's like the like when you're on your mini map, how it has like a light that kind of like if you're looking any direction, just a dot pops up.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So you don't even have to basically don't have to call out, because if you see someone on your teammate, or if your teammate sees someone on their map or see someone on the map, it'll pop up on your mini map. So it's like
for everyone.
Yeah.
They didn't ban that?
Not yet. We'll see if they get rid of it or not.
But a little unfair.
Yeah.
Because the game's all about information callouts.
Right.
If you have that kind of thing, you kind of defeats the purpose.
They're almost kind of making it more like Shikai.
DT. Oh, Steve Nash.
They're kind of making it almost feel like they're trying to make it easier for people. Kind of like how obviously we weren't big into Fortnite, but Fortnite kind of did the same thing, to where they added a lot of stuff into the game that made it easier for everyone as a whole, instead of it's to lower the skill gap, I guess. That's kind of what this rule set feels like.
So that more people can entry into. Yeah,
and then but I don't know. I mean, I've seen some arguments like League of Legends and CS:GO, for example, as the argument that they brought up. They have their pros don't get to bitch about the rule set or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Call of Duty pros that have been complaining were like, well, I mean, we don't have
a huge
ample time to wait for them to fix the rules, because the game is only out for a year at a time.
Yeah.
So if they don't fix the rules right away, then we have to fix them ourselves, basically, is what they're saying. Because that's when they're already talking about gentlemen's agreements, which is when they have OP stuff in the game.
So they both teams agree not to.
They're like, okay, we're not gonna use this. And there was like in World War II, there was a long list. I'm sure there's gonna be a list in this. The only thing is for Fog of War, that's most of the time the gentleman agreement is a perk or a weapon or something like that. But Fog of War is an actual setting.
Yeah.
So, and at events,
Fog of War isn't a perk?
No, it's a setting.
So it's just you see it and everyone sees it.
Everyone has it. It's in the game.
It's in the game.
But you can turn it off in custom games.
So this whole time, if I've been able to see somebody,
everyone sees it on your map.
if they shoot,
If you see them.
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah. Well.
So that means that must be on a mini map when you're running around. You can like see someone on like they're shooting on the map.
Yeah.
So I must have just been thinking they were shooting.
Yeah.
But they just have been moving around or whatever.
Yeah, like your teammate just literally saw them. Like they're like, hey, and then.
How can the game even like register that they've seen them? Because is it just like in the peripheral?
Just in there, yeah. Like it doesn't mean that you actually saw them. It just means like they were on your screen at some point, whether you saw them or not. Like in IRL.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah. So, and what I was saying was, you can agree to not use a weapon or a perk or something, but that's an actual setting, and at like actual LAN events, the admins or whatever are the ones that set up the game, so they're not going to turn that setting off just because you agreed not to use it.
Well, we're going to turn it off.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're going to turn it off at IES 2019.
Yeah. You heard it here first. So
no fog of war.
Right. But yeah, so we'll see if they get it all ironed out. But so far, fun game, having a good time playing it, grinding it, and
you should like really start streaming.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but I need a webcam, or I could just use my phone. But yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about like because we have 2 streamers now. We have people inquiring to become streamers. So I'm just thinking about like figure out more ways to produce content in the GHOE name. Obviously the more content we make, the better. This is obviously would be part of the GHOE network, but who knows? I mean, if you guys, again, if you know any streamers that want to be a part of the brand, let us know. We'll link them up with us, with our boy, and go from there.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, that's it for the game. What else is going on? TwitchCon just happened.
TwitchCon.
Yes.
Are we talking about that thing?
Sure.
What was the thing again? He had some kid.
Well, so yeah, TwitchCon just happened this past weekend, I guess. There was a bunch of events, but we were going to highlight, I'm sure you've seen the clip. Basically, there was this Twitch streamer, small streamer, averages like 40 viewers or something like that. And I guess it was like a panel, basically, so people were asking questions. And this lady came up and was asking a question about how she likes to be engaged with the streamer and feels like they're having a conversation and stuff like that. When she watches a streamer, that's what she looks for in a good streamer. And this guy that averages 40 views or whatever, basically his rebuttal to that was, well, I don't think that I'm loosely quoting it, I don't want to misquote or whatever, but he's basically saying how he doesn't see himself as equals to his audience. He sees himself, he called it a God complex, where he sees himself as better, and he doesn't feel like his audience, I believe the word he uses, deserves to talk to him or chat with him, which is kind of crazy.
So he doesn't engage with them at all?
Yeah, basically. They just come in and watch him play.
Do you know what his reception is now since that's happened?
I haven't seen anything, but I know when it first happened, a lot of people were saying like a lot of negative things. So
yeah,
but I don't know if people are checking him out now to see or what.
I'm not gonna say that. Obviously, it's a bad thing. He thinks like that, but there are some people who, if they like people, they will give them that kind of attention. There aren't the vocal people.
Yeah.
They aren't vocal, but there are people, especially when you see other celebrities, particularly celebrities, they know some of them are revered as gods. Maybe not be, in exactly that same terminology or whatever, what have you, but people associate and they kind of like look up to celebrities. Like we were talking the other day about like how is Selena Gomez the second most viewed person or listened to person on Spotify?
Right.
And we're like, I guess she makes good music, but it's because of all the things she's kind of gone through and her can't come up and everything. And this guy with this Twitch situation, I mean, I'm interested to see exactly, because I don't keep up with that scene or whatever.
Right.
But people think like that. Like when they make content, they think like that. They think they get their validation from that, and however they receive their validation is the same exact high or dopamine hit they get from, you know, the people that watch their stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of weird to think like that, because Twitch was kind of built so that you could
engage with your people.
Yeah, like that's their whole foundation, kind of.
In hot girls.
Well, that kind of came as a part of the territory.
An add-on.
Yeah.
A DLC.
Yeah. So
get the hot girl DLC.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens to him. But yeah, definitely people do think like that, and then there's obviously people that are like humble and, you know, they appreciate what's given to them.
I think the thing that's kind of shitty is that there are people that are humble and obviously are appreciative of everything, but I think it's because it's like, obviously when you watch their stuff, you don't think about what's going on behind the camera. You only see what's happening on screen.
Right.
So I always think about it like, people are people whether they're making content or not, and I think of them the same way that I think of anybody else, because you don't know what's going behind them. And that being said, I never ever kind of like give people too much credit, because they're making content or whatever, but behind the scenes they could be a terrible person.
Yeah.
They can be you know, just like the worst scum or whatever, but they're just happen to make good content that you see. And then you also have people that I think they shouldn't, but they like bring up their personal life in front of camera, which honestly I don't think that's necessary either, because in my thoughts, Twitch streamers, content creators are today's celebrities, and back in the day, celebrities didn't ever show anything. The more things that you can get about their life was from a TMZ or someone taking a sneak peek or whatever. So I think that as content creators are becoming more and more frequent, that they should start kind of incorporating the embodiment of a celebrity mindset, where you want to protect yourself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because whatever happens online, you're not going to be able to, first, you may not recover. You know, it may affect your life forever, you know, a good way or a bad way, but you want to be able to like always CYA online. And I think about like PewDiePie and these other creators that
All right, well, we had a little malfunction, but we're back. Not sure how much of that we caught, but
I caught a bunch of it.
Yeah, so Twitch guy, God complex.
God complex. People are revered as gods, but shouldn't be. They should watch their tails because they have a lot of responsibility. Yada 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 yada. But I do want to transition into the whole Twitter guy. I forget his name, but he is discussing removing the like function on Twitter. And he was saying that, I don't know if he was saying this, but he was alluding to this. And I was watching a Philip DeFranco video on this topic, and he was saying that people get their validation from the number of likes they get on social media. And obviously that is not a good thing.
Right.
Your validation should be coming from people that are around you, people that interact with you, people who actually loved you. That is your validation, obviously. But a lot of people that's transitioned from that real life stuff to online stuff. And people are like, I think Philip was saying that people are like offing themselves because they don't get that much likes on Instagram. They're like, because they say like there's like a phobia actually of like posting pictures of yourself online because you're scared on like how it's going to be received. So like for me, when I post, like I don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, if I post, it's like, for me, it's like my book of memories. So like when I post, it's like, okay, if it gets 10 likes, whatever, this means people don't like it. But for some people, and I obviously am not all people, but for some people, if they don't get that quota, you know.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think it's kind of, it's kind of getting out of control. I think it's been out of control.
Yeah, and the company's trying to realize it.
Yeah, and they're finally realizing like, okay, like we've created this monster, like how can we fix it at this point? So yeah, like you're saying, the Twitter guy wants to get rid of the like button, is that right? Yeah, so, but one thing, I mean, that's good that they're doing that, but I mean, I don't think Twitter likes have ever been something that people count on, I guess.
Well, we're not clout.
That's true.
So
I think likes are more important on Instagram, obviously.
For sure. But you do have people that are Twitter that they are Twitter heads.
Yeah, and they like retweets and likes and
something that I noticed too is that and I've seen it a couple of times. I did like a little research, not heavy of course, but someone will have like one viral tweet, and that viral tweet will like become like their personality.
Yeah.
So like for one, they'll take that tweet and they'll pin it to their profile as their fucking badge of honor, and then all their ensuing tweets will either cater to that tweet or be in the same field of that tweet or whatever. And then to piggyback off of that, I was on this guy's Twitter, and he like all he does is tweet like romantic shit.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
And you know that he doesn't talk like that all the time.
Right.
But in every single likes he gets, it's like 300, 400, whatever. And if there's ever like a tweet that's kind of off that topic marker, it's not as much.
Right.
So that tweet kind of persona becomes what they want to, convey out to their audience, which I guess if you have a high following, you have an audience to which you should cater to. But honestly, the way I use Twitter is just like a place for me to vent, and it's a place for me to just fuck shit up. So I don't ever. That's why I have what I have. So
I basically don't use Twitter for its purpose. Like I'm literally just on there and just scroll through and read. Like I barely tweet anything. If I do, it's normally pertaining to like sports or something else that's like, or like lyrics.
Yeah.
That's like literally all I tweet, sports and lyrics. Yeah. I haven't done those in a while. I need to get back to it. But yeah, so obviously we're kind of in the minority as to where we don't care. But one thing, when you're talking about like people that have that one viral tweet, I've noticed like people like quote that tweet, and the person has the viral tweet or like retweet it, and then that's like their whole feed.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you just like it or something like that?
Yeah, and I think because obviously they're not used to it.
They're like just literally, to me, like it might be that they actually like that tweet and they want people to see it.
But
and they retweet it.
50 different versions of this.
Yeah, and I'm like, to me, it's just like you're literally just showing that people like your tweet, basically.
Right.
Like no one cares. Like,
right.
If I'm gonna unfollow people that do that. That if I follow someone that has a viral tweet and they start retweeting everything that people say, I'm just gonna unfollow you because I don't like.
When I see like a reply I get and it gets like, I think I've replied one lately and it got maybe like 200 likes or something.
Yeah.
After a while, I just have to
mute it. Yeah.
Because I'm tired of seeing my same tweet. Someone likes it, like, okay, cool.
Right.
Like,
awesome. Great.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
But for some people, every time it happens for them, they get, they come.
Right.
They come in their pants.
Yeah.
So I was just for me, honestly, it's not a big ordeal. But I don't know. I just think it's just very important to have like those real connections. Obviously, we have a good friendship, so all our love's all we need.
Right.
And your girlfriend, she touches her pee sometimes, so that's good for you. But for me, I think it's just very important to have a quality person. Have people around in the world that I talk to sometimes, but and I guess I was raised that way. I didn't need to like have that sort of validation online or whatever. Real love is the right love. So
right.
Whatever.
But yeah, so that's a quick update on Twitter, I guess. So we'll see what they end up doing. But moving on.
Oh, my underwear's showing.
Oh no.
It's just Hanes, guys.
So so we talked a little bit at the beginning, but DT to the Texans, how do you feel being a Broncos fan?
Dude, I don't give a shit, dude.
Are you guys like trying to tank the season or like what's going on?
No, we're not. Our problem is that we have great talent, but no one knows how to fucking use it. Like literally, this is what they do. They go into their office, all the coaches circle around the round table, and Vance Joseph is King Arthur, or sorry, John Elway is King Arthur, and Vance Joseph is fucking Gwen Devine or whatever the fuck the girl's name is, and they're just talking about like, all right, we have Cortland Sutton, we have two great running backs that are both rookies, we have a decent defense that actually can stop teams like the Rams and like the Chiefs at times. But what is our problem? And Case Keenum is looking like he's looking around for someone to say his name, and then he like tries to go use the bathroom,
And they're like, no, Case, come over, sit down. We know it's you. You suck. And it's just a problem because we're not trying to tank this season. We're just trying to figure out what we need to do to be better next year.
Yeah.
So freeing up cap space for draft picks, for good signings is something that we're looking forward to. But obviously, signings is not doing well either. We signed Pac-Man Jones, not working out that well. We signed Marquette King, we cut him. I mean, we're just doing a bunch of bullshit.
You cut your punter.
And our punter last week, he like kicked the ball, he shanked the ball so bad it went like 20 yards.
They need me.
Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna try out.
You should for the practice squad, and they're gonna make us our punters because we don't have any punter now.
But yeah, that's. I mean, what can you do? They're just.
I guess we won a bowl like a couple years ago, so we can't be like mad, and not a lot of
Teams can say that. So, but I'll take it with a grain of salt. Like fuck it.
The thing is that these teams are literally giving away quarterback or wide receivers. Like,
well, look at the wide receivers they're giving away. I mean, you have Amari Cooper. He's not the same that he used to be.
For a first round pick. And then Golden Tate. I don't know if people give him the credit that he deserves. He's dirty,
but he is a scorer. This guy knows how to score. But he's, again, not the same that he was when he was, like, prime Seahawks.
Yeah.
And then you have, like, Demaryius Thomas. He's obviously, not the same he used to be. What'd you say?
On the Lions, the Golden Tate.
Golden Tate, yeah. Well, he was on the Seahawks before.
Yeah.
He got when he went to the Lions?
Yeah.
Who was he on before?
He was on the Lions, and then he went to Philly.
To Philly?
Yeah.
I was talking about prime Golden Tate.
Yeah.
Because Golden Tate on the Seahawks, when they had that squad, was fucking dirty. That's the same time they had Marshawn Lynch. But I don't know. I just think that the NFL, I think last year we were always talking about how shitty the NFL was. Like, everyone was shitty. Mm-hmm. But this year,
it's like the opposite almost.
It's the opposite to where the thing is, like, I like to see teams like the Rams finally doing well because they have been working for this year. Mm-hmm. And I watched their score lines that they've had these last couple of weeks, and they've been dropping 30 plus every game.
Yeah,
except for us because we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be. But that, and then like the Chiefs, high flying Andy Reid, consoling quarterbacks, putting his arm around their shoulders, type shit. And then you got talent teams like the fucking, what's a team down that's doing decent right now? That's in the NFC. I can't even call it. But like, fuck, they're like 6-2. Not 6-2. We haven't played 8 games yet. I don't know, but there's like silent teams that are doing decent in their divisions that probably won't go that well. But the juggernaut teams usually hear that are doing well. Like the Steelers, they're having their problems. The Patriots, they don't know what's going on with Brady and Belichick, but they're still winning, of course. But I don't know. I just think that next year it's going to have to be changing again because can you really feel like the Rams will do that well again, and then the Chiefs, people will figure them out? But I don't know.
Yeah, I think people will get to. Obviously, the running back lifespan isn't that long, and I think people will eventually figure out Todd Gurley. They'll figure out his weaknesses if he has any. Right now, I'm sure he does, but right now teams don't have an answer for him. Uh-huh. But we're kind of at that point now where teams are starting to figure other teams out. So we'll probably see like the Rams start to slow down. We'll start to see the Chiefs slow down.
I think the NFL gets really serious around like
week 10.
Yeah, week 10 when the picture starts to get more clear.
Yeah.
And people start to pull out all their guns.
Right.
So like our guns is the flea flicker. We run a flea flicker play with Broncos and we threw a pick on that play. So that's how our season's going.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think week 10 will show it. Honestly, my pick, I don't think the Chiefs are going to win it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love for the Rams to win it just because they worked so hard.
Right.
And they're still undefeated. But I don't want the Patriots to win. But other than that, if those 3 teams don't end up getting it, it's going to be like someone really random that wins it, like a 4th seed.
It's going to be the Panthers.
Yep. No, it's not.
It's going to be the Panthers.
If the Panthers win a bowl, that'd be cool. I'd buy me some Panthers gear.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. They're still young, so I'm not really counting on anything this year. All my favorite teams are kind of at that stage where they're like young, but they're going to be good like in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So all of my teams have been really bad for a long time, and they're finally going to turn it around within the next 2 years. And I'm going to have all the championships.
Think so?
Yes. I hope so, at least.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, the NFL, it's heating up halfway through the season now, through 8 weeks. Most teams have played either eight or 7 games, depending on their bye. So that's kind of when you see the season start to take form. Obviously, I think the Saints have a lead in the South. The Redskins are.
That
leading.
was the other team that I was thinking about. The Redskins in the NFC East. They actually have a decent record, and they can actually, like, if they just get their shit together, they can do well. And people like don't give the Eagles enough credit, but like if Carson Wentz gets his legs under him more, they're gonna be a contender. I don't know why people are saying that. Oh, they're only on 1 year. Like, they can make it back to an NFC Championship easy if they just get their shit together.
For me, in the East, the six playoff teams are going to be the Rams, the Saints, the Rams and the Saints, top 2 seeds. Then the Redskins.
The Redskins will win the division.
The Redskins and the Eagles are going to have a tight battle in their division. I think the Redskins will take it. Then the Eagles will get in the wild card, and the Panthers will get in the wild card, and the Rams obviously already said that. So for me, that's that. And then the playoffs is probably going to be crazy because to me there hasn't been a team that's dominated so far, and so I think once you make it to the playoffs, it's up for anybody's.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is that the way that everything was predicted this year for the NFL has gone how people predicted it would go.
Yeah.
Which obviously the NFL is more easier to predict like that. And someone was saying, I think on First Take, they were saying all NFL teams are good. It's just that it's the little things that they do that makes them great.
Yeah.
So, like, the Broncos are a good team. They just do not make the best decisions when it's time to make decisions. Mm-hmm. When it comes to coming out of traditional football and start to be cerebral or to make crucial or use basic acumen, they're just unable to execute. So, and I think a lot of teams suffer from that as well. And it comes from bad coaching, bad personnel choices. And, yeah, I could bitch about that all day, but I'm not going to.
Speaking of that, how about the Browns finally get rid of their coach? Finally, 1-15 and 0-16, and then they're like, okay, yeah, let's.
I don't know. I think the reason the Browns probably pulled that trigger was because they finally see something with Baker, and it's one of those things where you want to kind of have something new to close with them. Yeah,
the thing I saw an article. It was like who's going to be Baker's next coach. It wasn't who's going to be the Browns' next coach. It was who's going to be Baker's next coach.
Yeah, which Baker is one of those guys that if that guy gets a good quarterback coach or a good offensive coordinator for him, that like an Andy Reid.
Yeah, that'd be a good fit.
That'd be good. And you see what he's doing with Mahomes up there.
Right.
He's a really good coach, and I think it's just frustrating too because with football. I know hindsight is 20/20, but when some plays are run, man, you just like think to yourself like, why the fuck was that?
The Panthers offensive coordinator has like probably the worst red zone calls like ever. Like we could literally be 6-1 right now, but he just like you were watching that game like 2 throws to the end zone and then a run. And then you have Cam Newton, 4th and 5. Why not just run it? Like you're not gonna tackle him. He's going to get 5 yards. He literally just has to dive. He's going to get 5 yards.
It's crazy.
But, yeah, it's so hard. Like, we should be coaches.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's not that hard.
Honestly,
but obviously, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but I just think that when you're in the moment, you just need to calm down and just look at what's going on and trust your quarterback to make... That's the other thing, too. I don't know if we were talking about this. Quarterbacks, I feel like I think because I've watched Peyton Manning so long, that when you see a hole in the field, you have to exploit that hole. You have to make them like Tom Brady kills you with those quick outs all the time. Those are white running backs. They're not the fastest, but man, those guys, they can run little hook routes all day.
Yeah.
Tom Brady just drops it right there in the bucket, or he drops it down to his receiver, and then he'll bomb you.
Right.
That's literally all he does. He doesn't run any. He'll bomb you on the outsides. He'll run a quick out route, and he drops it to receiver. That's all Tom Brady does, and then he'll run a seam route with Gronkowski. That's literally
super simple playbook.
It's literally all they do, and what that does is that when you do this, it draws the defensive ends out because they have to cover those out routes, and then what happens is that opens up the running games. Running games takes off. They have 6 championships. And then you talk about Peyton Manning. Same thing. Peyton Manning will look at the field. He's over here, Omaha. He's looking all over the field for holes. And then you look at today's quarterbacks, and they don't ever change.
Right. Like we talked about Cam Newton, like he gets very bad tunnel vision. Where he just is so frustrating watching because he'll just see a receiver, and you can look at it, like if you ever watch Panthers games, just look at his eyes. Yeah. He's literally just looking at one receiver on a lot of pass plays. There might be 4 defensive ends on him. He's still gonna pass it there.
I think it's the most frustrating thing when you're a fan of a team and you see you're in a situation with a certain time clock and a certain formation, and you see the defense and you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that is probably the worst. And I've seen that so many times in the Broncos this year. Case Keenum, like Garrett Bowles on the left tackle, like he is fucking terrible. He's fucking terrible, and every time he gets sacked from the back end, like Garrett Bowles is blocking. Garrett Bowles is not blocking. Case, so you need to go.
Right.
You need to go somewhere else. And it's just like, and then oh my god, I just can't. It's so frustrating to talk about because he plays like he's in Pop Warner.
Right.
Like he can do like a good bomb route, but then he'll go and he'll just fucking throw an interception or fumble on a sack. Like, are you trash, dude? Like, Case, if you're watching this, like, dude, Garrett Bowles cannot block on the left side. And you need to just take a second and scan the field. You have so many times when you have a Cortland Sutton, you're looking at him often now, but you have your middle route, you have your slot receiver that is always open right here because there's nobody over him. They may have a DN, but he's over here, dude. Run it out route this way, pass it to him, and let your receiver go on the left side, open it up.
What are you doing, man? Come on.
I'm done with that shit.
In other news, college basketball starts next week.
I actually watched some Duke games.
Yeah? From preseason.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
So I just wanted to see some Zion shit. It's so funny because I turned on a Duke game randomly. I just was going through Sling or whatever I was watching, and Zion like got a steal and he just went all the way down and just.
He's gonna be a monster, but North Carolina's still gonna beat them once this year.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, one time at home. But yeah, college basketball starts. North Carolina's first game is Tuesday, 6:00.
Playing against who?
Wofford.
Gotta start off on a good note.
Yeah, so and then obviously the NBA is in
full.
full.
Your socks?
Yes.
Oh, we're all sponsored by Stance, by the way. We're not sponsored by Gatorade, but we are sponsored by Stance.
We are. Yes. We're more hopeful than actually are.
We're gonna put it in the description, Stance's website, because we're sponsored by Stance.
And then they're going to give us some money. Maybe we should get them to sponsor it even.
I wish. Stance, if you're watching this, sponsor us. Sponsor the Shoney Company.
IES 2019.
2019.
We'll talk. We'll talk. Yeah. But yeah, NBA full swing. I haven't really kept up with it too much so far.
I mean, the talk is LeBron.
Yeah.
Is he going to be acumened? People are talking about Jimmy Butler getting traded. People are talking about how the Rockets are doing. I mean, the whole thing is still birthing. It's like, I think of it like a 6 month, like not menstrual cycle, a 6 month when a baby's inside the tummy.
The fucking gestation period.
Yeah, and they're about to like give birth to this crazy year, and that always happens around Christmas.
Yeah.
Before the All-Star break, and when things happen off the All-Star break, that's when we can start making assumptions and things. But you already seen it now. I mean, Steph Curry, 50 plus. Klay Thompson next game, 50 plus. I mean,
KD,
40. It's unreal, these guys and what they can do, and it's just not fair. And we were talking about this years ago on how it wasn't fair.
And then they got KD and Demaryius Cousins,
and they got better.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they're going to get even better because Demaryius Cousins isn't even playing yet.
And he's going to be like fresh when everyone else is getting a little tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be... They're probably going to lose like 10 games.
Yeah.
Until... Well, maybe they in the middle of the season, they normally like get a little tired, so they just stop trying.
Yeah.
But...
Well, it's easy if you're them because if you're Steph Curry, if you're the Warriors, you don't have to win every game.
Yeah.
But what you can do is practice shit. So literally just launch balls from everywhere.
Yeah.
And just run plays and everything. Get to know yourself because you're essentially getting ready for postseason.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
But this year is crazy because, I mean, they're going to play the Rockets probably in the Western Conference Finals. And the same thing as last year, that's for the championship.
Uh-huh.
Because are the Celtics really going to beat the Warriors in a 7-game series? Because it's either going to be the Celtics or the Raptors might, like...
I think the Raptors are going to get there.
You think so?
Kawhi Leonard is a monster. Slowly becoming an MVP candidate.
We'll see. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't want to win there, so he's not going to try. He's going to LA next year regardless.
It'd be wild if he did like a Paul George and like didn't even leave and just stayed inside.
He just stayed in Toronto forever. That'd be wild.
Because no one thought Paul George was going to stay in OKC. And I think it's another thing too, like the media really controls the narrative like all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, because when Klay Thompson, you can't let Klay Thompson have his moment. When Klay Thompson scored all that, they were like, do the Lakers need Klay Thompson to go over the hump? I'm like, Klay Thompson's not going to the Lakers. Klay Thompson don't give a shit about the Lakers.
They're gonna stay there. They're gonna stay together forever.
Yeah,
until KD gets tired.
And they're the way they play is like, it's not reckless. They don't play like Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
They're coming off screens and they're popping threes.
They literally don't get hurt. Like
they don't get hurt.
Yeah. So
if you're Steph Curry, literally catches the ball here, he turns around and he pulls.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand how annoying and shit that is? You can't do anything about that. Jesus Christ. All right.
Just wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So NBA in full swing. IES 2019. Look for an announcement coming soon. NFL is heating up. God complex, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
your validation isn't from likes on Instagram. It is from the people around you. And Dawn and I love you. We love you.
That's right. So, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back again next week on either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday sometime, maybe one of those days.
I'm thinking about finding a way if we can, like, put these podcasts, like, on other servers.
Yes, we'll be coming up with an audio-only version being released on, like, wherever we can. I mean, I think SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, they all have, or iTunes, rather, all have their own little podcast thing. So we're going to look into that. Maybe not this episode, but maybe the next one. We'll let you guys know about that. But yeah, any closing remarks?
No. Just follow us at GHOE Esports. Follow our stuff, and hope you guys are good. Be healthy.
Enjoy your Halloween tomorrow, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, thank you so much.